Okay, now let's look at some preferences of the system. Click on Logic Pro and open up the preferences. First of all, let's talk about preferences. Preferences are a means of which to configure an application to your need or liking. Specific to your usage, if you go through the preferences, you may find means of which to create a faster workflow based on these preferences. Also, the preferences are found in your library preference folder. If you delete those preferences, it will reset the actual application preferences. Both key commands and preferences are an application-based system. Song settings, however, which we'll talk about in the next version, are specific to one project or song. As we look at the preferences in version 7, notice right away that the interface has been completely redesigned. You have a global, where it deals with your song handling, editing, cycling, catch, your project manager, and cap locks. Audio, it deals with the general audio, drivers, display, sample editor, surround, MP3, reset, and nodes. MIDI, dealing with your synchronization, general settings, and reset messages. Display, the general or the arrangement of the display, or any other information. Score, these are settings for the score. Specific to your needs, double-clicking opens up note attributes, event list, and so on. Video gives you options for video, thumbnail track, adjustments. Automation, dealing with the automation of effects or parameters. And control surfaces. This refers to any control surface modules you may have connected to Logic. We'll talk about control surfaces later. A couple of the preferences I think are most popular or most usable is in the audio driver preference. This area allows you to configure the driver software for the specific audio card you're using. It also allows you to change the number of audio tracks and change the bit depth to 24-bit recording. This is a very important area because of the I/O buffer size. And we'll talk about I/O buffer and latency in another movie. Also, in your general preferences, it gives you some options for editing. When you double-click a region, does it open up a matrix or a score editor, depending on how you want to edit these notes. I suggest highly that you go through the preferences, carefully read each one, and think about how it can improve your usage in Logic.